Lake Journey crew, and how are all of you?
So
this is a show where people are supposed to be listening while doing other things, and you're being very visual today.
That's okay, because some people are watching us too.
Some people are watching how stupid we are.
Somebody's watching us anyway. How about that? Well, at least I didn't say wet dog this morning.
It is wet dog.
Wet dog.
Wet dog.
There you go. Now you said it right. Now say it the way you usually say it.
Wet dog.
In case y'all didn't know how to spell that, that's how you phonetically spell it.
He showed me that board today. I'm like, what do you have written on there?
I made it for yesterday, and it sat over there. I forgot all about it because we were going 100 miles an hour in here yesterday, in case you weren't here.
For Robin's duties.
Duties.
That's what started it all.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Law Jones in My Duties?
No, it's Captain Billy told you. Captain Billy told you had duties, not duties. How about that? So happy Friday, y'all.
Yes, and so Ringo is feeling much better today. So they're under the desk, and you're going to hear squeakies. There you go.
There you go.
And you're going to hear rah, 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 rah. Everybody's fine. They're just feeling in a good mood today.
Oh, yeah. They're all wound up because they know it's Friday. And we hope you're wound up, too.
I'm hoping it's going to be a really great Friday, personally.
I hope it's going to be a fantastic Friday and a weekend and all that.
I got my fingers crossed for that, too.
Next week, it's going to be March already.
I know it.
Can you believe that?
I cannot believe that.
I can't either.
It's like, what happened in January and February?
You know, I was in the grocery store yesterday in Walmart, and there's some people in front of me there, and a lady says, I don't know if we're going to be able to afford to get Easter eggs so the kids can color them this year because it costs too much. I'm like, wow, I've never heard talk like that before. Eggs too expensive to do for
I
Easter.
think that the plastic eggs are going to be the number one go-to this year.
Yeah, I think people are going to stock up on them plastic eggs because who knows what eggs will cost in the future.
Yeah, I know, right? And so we want to say good morning to everyone that's listening while doing other things, because what are they doing, Chet?
I think they're probably going to go out there and look for some Easter eggs this morning so they can paint them up for them kids.
Maybe there'll be a real run on wild birds and people taking their eggs out of their nest.
One thing, if you got a chicken farm, guard it heavily because people be in there trying to get your eggs.
Yeah, I never thought about that for Easter. So we want to say good morning to everyone. And if you're new to our show, I am Robin. This is Chet, and we are Sea Lake Journeys.
That's right. And you can find that in the Home American Journal.
The Home American Journal?
I don't know what that is. I just made it up.
Okay,
but if you find it, you'll see us in there.
Okay. So we have some lovely people in the chat today.
Yes, we do.
Excuse me.
Oh, no, me too, right?
Law Jones brings us our quote of the day.
That's right. We got a couple of good ones here this morning. Thank you for this, Law Jones. The first one is strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from indomitable will. And that's from Gandhi.
Indomitable. What's indomitable mean?
Indomitable will. That means you can't resist it. It's too strong. It's going to go forward. My will is so strong, it can't be stopped or crushed or broken. I'm giving myself a squeaky for reading that.
Okay. And here's his other one for today.
Be faithful in small things because it is in them that your strength lies. From Mother Teresa. Hey, we got bookends there. We got Gandhi on one end and Mother Teresa on the other. And look at all this wisdom that flows right there between them. That's pretty good stuff. Thank you for that, Law Jones. I'm giving Law a squeaky this morning.
So thank you for that, Law Jones. And we're going to do some quick good morning. So we want to say good morning to the Z Show, the Gaylors, Sharon Rowland, Clock Family Adventures, Cruising for One,
Woo!
And Tanisha, the beautiful Leonard Family Fun, brings us the day of the day.
That's right. And she says good morning to all y'all out there. It's Happy National Tartar Sauce Day.
There you go.
National Skip the Straw Day. And National Tortilla Chip Day. And it's Friday. Do your happy dance and celebrate. I'm doing my happy dance right now. If you can't see it, it looks like Elaine from Seinfeld. I got my thumbs up and I'm kicking my foot out.
Okay.
How about that?
And we want to say good morning to the Fearless Rambler.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
And good morning to TNT's Adventures to Sea.
Good morning to everybody.
That's right. So our topic today, what is our topic today, Mr.
Can
Rod?
I afford to go on a cruise?
I don't know. Can you afford to go on a cruise?
Probably not. But we're going to talk about as if we can anyway. How do we make it happen when we probably can't afford it anyway? Because you know what? Life is short. And we're going to do what we're going to do. We got to have some good times in life. It can't all be working and stuff like that. We got to get on that cruise ship and have some fun too.
There you go. That's right.
So, hey, what's the first tip we can use to make it affordable? Number one is book it early.
Book it early, baby.
Book it early. We try to book as soon as the bookings come out because we have found that typically those are the lowest prices you get.
Yeah.
And if not, you can keep checking back. And if it goes down, there's another tip for saving money. If it goes down, call them up and say, hey, my price went down. And they'll go, oh, yeah, we can fix that. We'll adjust it for you.
And we've had that happen with our flight went down.
Yes, our flight went down this time.
Sometimes if they book a hotel room for you, maybe the hotel room went down.
Sometimes the cruise itself went down.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we've had it happen. So book it early to get that cheapest price, but keep checking just in case it does go down, and then get it adjusted. How about that?
Get it adjusted, baby.
And the other great thing we want to say when you book it early, if you want to save some money, book it inside cabin.
Yeah, inside cabins are always cheaper than balconies or suites or mini suites.
Yeah, you know what? We love the interior rooms because we can save a lot of money that way, and we don't stay in the room that much anyway. We go in there to change clothes and sleep, and that's about it. We used to change clothes a lot on the ship.
Yep.
Not so much anymore, but we still.
Hey now. This is a family show.
That's right. It's a family show. So we're going to, book an inside cabin and save yourself some money. Mm-hmm. What else we got going on over there in that shack?
So we want to talk about Cruising for One. He put up the fact that he has a blog on it. It's actually the name of the blog is 10 Ways to Get Free Money for a Cruise.
That's right.
And so I am putting the link up. It's the direct link to go directly to that blog of his. If you're not familiar with blogs, they're kind of like newspaper articles.
Yes, extremely well written. Jeffrey from Cruising for One is a fabulous writer. We've been following his blog since he started putting them out. Mm-hmm. And he does a lot for solo traveling, but tips like these are for everybody.
Yes.
Everybody. This isn't just for solo traveling. This is for all of you. There's all kinds of money saving things, and it can help you get on that cruise ship. Mm-hmm. So some of them we won't talk about. We're going to wait for you to go read that blog from Jeffrey.
Right. Because
Cruising for One.
He writes it much better and more eloquently than we could ever say it.
Yep. It's sort of like we say wet dog. And he says wet dog.
There you go. That's about right. And we want to say good morning to Kathy Mills.
Good morning.
And On Deck with CB.
On Deck with CB.
And good morning to the beautiful Keisha.
Listening and driving, as so many people are. Thank you for that, Keisha.
And good morning to Captain Billy.
Oh, speak of Beetlejuice. Here we go. Captain Billy, we talked about you, and here you are this morning.
And good morning to the beautiful Elaine.
Elaine.
That's right. So what else you got there?
Okay, so we got some other more money-saving tips here. Make sure when you book that cruise, you book it for the off-season. If you're booking on spring breaks, if you're booking it on holidays, if you're booking it during whatever the season is for where you're going, like in the Caribbean, June through August is the big season. So watch out when you book holidays and seasonal. They're going to cost more. So try to book off-season.
Yeah. Try to book off season.
The January through April is usually a little bit cheaper in the Caribbean.
Not spring break. Just saying.
Spring break.
And good morning to Alicia's Adventures in Cruising.
Yay, we made it to the weekend, she says.
And another time to book that is a little bit cheaper is between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yep, there's a couple of weeks in there. That's right. They're staying home for the holidays. They got to get the Christmas shopping done. They got to get that turkey made. They got to wrap them presents, hang up them lights. And they ain't got time for no cruise.
And Sharon says, you can't talk today, Chet.
Chet can't talk this morning, Law.
And good morning to Team Reese.
Good morning, Team Reese. They're driving and listening, too. How about that?
And so Cruising for One, who is a very highly intelligent gentleman, wants to tell me what
indomitable
means.
Impossible to subdue or defeat. That's right.
There you go.
Yes, see, I said it the Southern way. Like, you can't break it. You can't crush it. It's too strong.
And good morning to Paul from PSV Odyssey. He brings us the YouTube TV guide.
That's right. And he's working and listening. How about that?
Mm-hmm. Here's TNT's Adventures.
We have 3 trips on a payment plan, so you can do it. You just have to plan for it.
Yes.
That is part of it right there, Tom and Terry from TNT's Adventures to see. When you book ahead, you can plan ahead how much you're going to pay a month towards that cruise. And if you're booking 20 months out, you say, oh, okay, well, $2,000 divided by 20 payments. Hey, that don't
That
sound
sounds
too bad.
pretty affordable.
$100. Yeah, we can probably swing that a
It's
month.
cheaper than some people's credit card payments.
You know it.
And here's a tip from Cruising for One.
I repriced my April cruise and saved over $1,000.
See, there you go.
You hear that? Now that's money saving tip. That's why we
Mhm.
say always go back and keep an eye on your cruise and see if that price has dropped. You go
Because
in there and
they
get
will-
it adjusted.
They will honor it. Yes.
You betcha.
And here's another great tip from Lal Jones.
Your travel agent will keep an eye on those things for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's the other piece of advice we've got for you this morning. Get a travel agent. They will
Yes.
tell you when the best time to book is, what the cheapest cabin is. They can help you get some onboard credit, maybe save you some money on things like that, and they will watch those prices for you.
Yes. Speaking of our cruise, our group cruise that's coming up, Ocean to Ocean Travel for Bruce, he has got some great things that you get to pick. It's not just automatic. There's things you get to pick from. Would you like free Wi-Fi, or would you prefer the free drink package? Or maybe you prefer some free onboard credit. So he has some group deals for our group cruise that you get to pick what benefit you want.
That's right. That's going to save you some money.
Yes. And here's Captain Billy. He has good tips.
Inside cabins are great for sleeping, dark and usually cooler. That has been our experience as well.
Yes.
Because we've had balcony cabins and it just seemed like that big glass door just sucked in the heat.
Well, and the thing is that they want you to keep your balcony curtain door closed,
And
so
the curtain closed, yeah.
so that the temperature in the room stays nice. But my thing is, I have a balcony room. I want to look out at the beautiful scenery that I'm paying for by having a balcony room.
Just be prepared. That room won't stay quite as cool as an inside cabin. That inside cabin gets nice and cool.
Yep. And here's On Deck with CB.
Plastic eggs this year.
That's right.
On Deck with CB gets a squeaky for that. That's a money-saving tip for Easter this year.
Absolutely. And good morning to the Journey Away.
Good morning, Reggie and Cheryl.
And here's On Deck with CB.
I'm going into Amazon because they might go up as well.
Oh, yeah, the eggs.
I know, right?
And the Gaylord said they're painting small rocks this year.
Hey, how about that? Go out in your yard, pick up some rocks, paint them rascals,
And if they don't find them, they're just pretty to leave in the yard.
That's right. And you can reuse them a lot.
Here's TNT.
We book our to get out of the cold.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. You want to get out of that cold weather. Sometimes you pay a little extra for that, but it's worth it, ain't it?
Yes, exactly. And it depends on what is the value to you, right?
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Let's see here. Good morning to the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla.
Wow says new video on our notifications in blue for Sea Lake Journeys. Like the update.
So
how about that?
The thing is that YouTube has updated quite a few things. I'm not sure how I feel about some of them. Some of them I like, some of them I don't like. So if you're monetized, you're going to see some things new popping up. And some of them are easier to maneuver and some of them not so much.
And some of them will just have to get used to it, I guess.
I guess so. And good morning to Pedroza Travel.
Good morning to you, Pedroza Travel.
We wanted to make sure that he was
on board.
We have time for him.
Yeah.
We have time for that.
Okay,
Never mind.
yeah.
We have time to come back.
All right, so hey, you know another way to save some money? If you like booking on Carnival, you can get what they call Uplift. It's interest-free if you're eligible.
Yes.
You book it, you make a low down payment, and you pay it with no interest.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't beat
I'm sure
that.
that's based on your credit score for the no interest or maybe your status. I'm not sure exactly what
It's
it is.
probably credit score.
Yeah. And we want to say good morning to James.
Good morning, James Catanese. He says some travel agents do not like working with disability. I found two, but I found someone to work with me now. I know someone who does work with you.
Yes. Bruce from Ocean to Ocean is more than willing to help you with book a handicap room. And he knows us and he knows that we've talked to him enough that when you're booking a room for a handicapped person, you really need to listen to the needs of the handicapped person or know the questions to ask the handicapped person.
Yeah, because there's, as James knows, there's a difference between an ambulatory cabin and a fully accessible and a single side. So James knows these things because we know these things, but sometimes there are, like James said, travel agents who don't know it and don't want to,
or they just automatically think that you just need a bigger room when really you need to be able to get the wheelchair through the front door. Let's face it, that's a big thing. I just need to be able to get the wheelchair through the front door. Okay. Paul says the interior rooms, they rock.
They do.
And good morning to Leon.
Hey, Leon, what's going on?
Let's see what else you got there, Chet.
Well, I'll tell you what, pay a little ahead on your taxes. You know, you got to pay income tax out of your paycheck anyway. Have them take another $25 a week out, or, you know, $50 every 2 weeks, whatever. And when you get your tax refund, you'll get extra. How about that?
Yeah.
Just think about that. Multiply that times, you know, if you put in a $50 every 2 weeks in there, $100 a month, you've got $1,200 towards your cruise this year.
Yes. And so the Gaylords were saying, you know, that's terrible about that TA, that, you know, they shouldn't be a TA, but, you know, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I think that it's a TA that just needs to have some knowledge, some training, some experience.
They've probably tried to do it and had a bad occasion with it.
Yes.
Because it can be tricky. Because if they don't know that an ambulatory room, and they think, oh, we found one for you. We got a great ambulatory room. And you get there and you're like, I think that can't get my scooter in here.
I think that also goes back to diversity training. Maybe someone that's never booked a room for a family with a child that needs a portable crib may not even be able to help you book a room for something that's common for lots of families, or such as the bunk beds, you know, that type of thing. You may have a child that can't climb the bunk bed. But I'm so excited because James says that Bruce is his TA now.
Excellent. You know what, James? You get a squeaky for that.
Can't go wrong now.
Yep.
And Bruce, because he knows us, he's very open to a conversation without feeling like he's being intrusive.
That's right. We will tell anybody anything they need to know about that, but we know.
And good morning to Najima Brown.
Good morning to you.
And CME Traveling.
Don't forget, Kurt and Marsha are following us. Hey, you know what? Marsha wasn't on there yesterday. Kurt did a pretty good job, but I told him that Captain Billy should probably fill in. Fill in there with Kurt. That would be an interesting show.
There you go. And, here's another tip from Captain Billy.
Casino cruise offers make cruises affordable for me, especially when I walk out of the casino with their money. I can't never count on that, because if I go in there with $1, I'm going to walk out with no dollar.
Yeah.
Because I have to avoid it. But there are some people who do, if they're going to gamble in a casino anyway, they end up getting way better rates, sometimes even free on their cabin. We've heard tell that.
And Sharon, I want you to know I do see all your comments about the rocks. So I appreciate that very much. And here's PSV Odyssey.
$1,200 will book a great cruise, but all cruises are great. Oh, Paul!
Yeah. So,
you get the big squeaky this morning, brother.
That is true. I actually was talking to someone recently that they're like, cruises are way too expensive. And that is a myth. That is a myth we need to debunk.
I looked up this morning just for giggles, and I found a Carnival. I just click. I wasn't looking even for a cheaper rate. I looked for interior cabin, 5-day Carnivals. I can't even tell you where it was going out of, but $1,200 would have covered everything on a 5-day cruise, even the gratuities and the port taxes and the insurance.
Yeah,
$1,200 would have covered all of that for 5 days for 2 people.
And good morning to Marsha from CME Traveling.
Good morning, Marsha.
Kurt actually came and saw our room on the Carnival Freedom, because I'm not sure if he'd ever seen a handicap room before. So we kind of shared. He showed us his cabin and we showed him ours. And
had nothing to do with pineapples.
And he said that on the Carnival Freedom, our room was very accessible. And it was. We had a great room. It wasn't the best room we've ever had on a cruise ship, but it was a very good room. Yeah,
how they measure that is you got to have 52 inches square. That way you can turn a wheelchair around. That's how they measure it.
And here's Pedrosa.
I just got notification for my next Norwegian Cruise Line cruise. We got moved to a handicap room, which should be interesting. We are not handicapped, so it'll be interesting to see what that is like.
So don't be surprised if you get bumped out of that room.
Yeah, they may bump you in it right now, but they may bump you back out if somebody tries to book one.
And many times, if you go to the guest services and you just say, hey, by the way, I'm in a handicap room. I am willing to move to another room if you have a handicap person on the ship that needs the room. I would really like to have a balcony or whatever.
It's really strange, but we've ran into people who were in a wheelchair and
had no clue there was a handicap room on the ship.
They booked it, and then they had to struggle to try to get the person into the cabin and then fold up their wheelchair and get them in there and then try to help them into the bathroom and everything. They were having a nightmare. And I said, why didn't y'all get a handicap room or book another cruise if one was available? They're like, What do you
They
mean?
didn't know.
They had no idea.
Mm-hmm. And this lady was across the hall from us, and she was an elderly woman, and she struggled so much. Just they had to stand her up. Someone had to help hold her up while they folded the wheelchair up, pushed the wheelchair in the room, open the wheelchair up, physically help her walk that few little feet to get into the wheelchair. And I told her, I said, you need to go to guest services and ask if there's anyone that's in a handicap room or an empty handicap room that they could move you to. The very next day, we saw them moving out of that cabin. She said, thank you so much.
Yes,
so
they were very happy.
And yes, so sometimes they just don't know. So Pedroza, when you get on ship, just make sure you go to the customer service desk and say, hey, by the way, I am in a handicap room that I don't need. If there's anyone that needs it, I am willing to change rooms. And many times because you do that, they give you a little upgrade.
We've intentionally got a room that wasn't a handicap room just to see how it would be.
And
it's not fun.
It's horrible.
When I was in the wheelchair, I'd have to stand up, fold that thing, and hop in one leg.
He's pretty mobile, but it was horrible.
I'm way more mobile than that poor lady was.
Yes.
Yeah.
And good morning to Huddle Adventures.
Good morning to you.
And just a reminder here that CME is coming up directly after us in about 10 minutes. So stay tuned, and we'll have a Sea Lake Journey raid over to CME Traveling.
We'll raid them. And we want to know, is Kurt going to have Marshall with him today, or is he going to have Captain Billy with him today?
And good morning to Randacita.
Good morning, Randacita.
And what is Cruising for One saying here?
Pedroza Travel. This is very unusual. Normally, the handicap rooms are all sold out.
Yes, we have a hard time getting them because they're sold out. But it could be that someone in a handicap room canceled.
That's probably what happened. Somebody had to have canceled because they're always filled up first.
And it's interesting to see, is that a balcony room? Is it a mini suite or something like that? And let's see, here's Pedroza again.
My trick is to talk to the department directors.
Yes.
I get some really good offers when I get off the cruise.
Yes, that is true as well.
Yeah, that's a good tip right there.
And here's the Gaylords.
But not to worry. Oh, excuse me. But to not want to work with a person with disabilities is wrong.
Back to the TA again.
Yeah, if they need to get help to do their job is a different story. But to not take a customer because of a disability is wrong.
Right.
Totally agree.
Totally agree.
But I tell you what. I hate making somebody do their job because usually it ends up being a poor job. And what they should do is they should contact their boss and say, hey, I'm having trouble. This person needs a handicap room. Want to make sure I get the right one. And some people just don't want to do their job. I want to find somebody that does want to do their job, like Bruce at Ocean Travel.
And you know who I have a lot of respect for? I have a lot of respect for the TA that says, listen, I have never booked a handicap room before. But Jeffrey over here, or Simon, or whatever his name is, he has helped handicapped people. Do you mind if I transfer you over to him? I have more respect for the person that says, I'm not familiar with this. I'd be more than glad to transfer you to someone that is familiar with you. Yeah. I have a lot of respect for that person.
Yeah, we used to have to do that. We as mechanics would say, hey, I ran this down. It's a transmission problem. I'm going to pass off to my transmission guy because that's what he does all the time. Sure, I might can fix it, but it's going to take me 3 times longer, and I hope I do it right.
Here we go.
Cruising for One. Yeah, that's what I thought. We had booked a regular interior, but the email said it was an operational decision.
So the operational decision must be that, someone canceled or whatever, but
it happens.
Here.
Yeah, Pedroza, they pay you to leave the cruise ship? Laugh out loud. Law, you get a sticky for that one, brother. They paid John Pedroza to get off the ship. Sir, we'll pay you.
Here's Cruising for One.
MSC routinely has rooms available for solo at $100 a day, and Margaritaville is super affordable.
There you go.
Margaritaville, that's that little 2-day cruise that goes over to Bahamas. That is super affordable. Yes. It is.
And good morning to Barry Brain.
Barry Brain, good morning to you.
Yes, good morning to you.
We got a Barry Brain back there on our shelf somewhere.
No, that's just the Brain.
That's not a Barry Brain?
No.
There's more than one? Yes. There's not more than one. There's one Barry Brain.
There's only one Barry Brain. That is the Brain.
That is not Pinky in the Brain.
No. Here's Pedroza.
I would be okay with being bumped out. We would love to be on a balcony again. I keep trying to get an interior, but I keep getting upgraded.
Keep trying to get an interior.
You know why? Because you got travel at the end of your name. Pedroza Travel. Yeah, we're bumping this dude up.
And here's TNT Adventures.
We just learned about Royal Up, where you bid on a better room.
And Princess now has that as well.
Yeah, just check that out for our Alaska cruise. And for a low bid of $1,000 a piece, we can go up to a full suite.
Yes.
But I don't have $2,000.
Yeah, the cost of it wasn't, it would have been nice.
If we could afford it, it'd be worth it.
But Alaska's already tapping me out.
Yeah,
so.
Alaska's already just, we're about to have a yard sale, which is another tip I have for you for being affordable for cruising. Have a yard sale. Last time we had one, we got $400.
There you go.
And that went a long way toward the cruise.
And Captain Billy says that he would rather fill in for Kurt and go on the show and have it be Marcia and Billy's show.
Well, I hadn't even thought of that. How about that? Well, Kurt, you get out of the way. We'll have the Captain Billy and Marcia show today.
And Elaine, now this is very true. Elaine Hager, boys.
The dogs are excited about it. Elaine is correct here. Many cruise lines have a special department for mobility, and they will send you to that department if they're doing their job. In fact, they have a separate number on Carnival that you can call.
Yeah. And good morning to Destination Fun.
Good morning to you, Destination Fun.
And here's boys,
Baby Enzo is excited this morning.
He's got
the pink something. What is that thing? He's got
a pink chicken.
A pink chicken with buck teeth. That's why we're not getting any eggs. Look at this guy.
Here's Tanisha's.
Thanks for joining Robin and Chet today. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Come back tomorrow for a fun-packed time with Sea Lake Journeys. That's right. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. We've got a 1-hour live show, and tomorrow night at 6 p.m. we've got the 1-hour Saturday stroll that leads into our content creators, a series of them with different videos, and we're going to introduce you to those creators and their videos, and then send you on our way for a fantastic journey.
That's right. That's right. And James Cantonese is talking about
that's why some of us will not take a cruise because of that too.
And that's the mobility things again.
That's why, James, when you find somebody like Bruce, you got yourself a good travel agent who can book you on any cruise line. You stick with that one person because he knows what you need and what you got to have, and he'll fix you up.
Exactly.
Good move there.
Let's see.
Okay, so I've already covered the yard sale.
The last two quizzes I was on, the last two cruises I was in a handicap room.
Okay,
but he doesn't really need the handicap room.
Right, yeah. So hey, we don't forget the 10 tips over there on Cruising for One. She's put the link up in there already this morning, I think, haven't you?
But yes, I did. I can put it again.
Okay, while you do that, I got a quick news tip for you.
I can't do it again. I don't have it.
Okay, from Bama Nola. Bama Nola is usually in here with us this morning, but today he's off on a cruise.
Yes, he is.
They were having a wonderful time down there. Thank goodness for that. But they put up a short video of an emergency from Royal Caribbean. You get to see them with a little boat bringing a passenger over on a stretcher and how they're doing it, putting them up on the dock, taking them to the ambulance.
Yeah,
so you know how they get somebody off the ship.
The speedboat went from the dock out to the ship, and they got the person onto a stretcher and then brought them back to the dock. And it was amazing because that little boat was just tossing in the surf. And they very carefully got that person off that little boat and put them onto the stretcher and put them in the ambulance. And the family was there with their luggage as well. So we want to pray for that family. We don't know what the situation is. But I was very impressed with the land emergency services.
Yes.
They seem to be really knowing what was going on, paying attention, and safety precautions. So, a lot of times we think that because we're in another country, safety is not as good as it is in America. I was quite impressed from what I saw in that video of how it was being organized.
Definitely a professional job going on there. So we hope these tips are going to help you.
And here's Cruising for One.
Oh, yeah. I bid on a Princess upgrade on my last cruise and won for both weeks. We had to change the cabin. Oh, yeah, that's right. We changed the cabin crawl because Jeffrey changed his room.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. That was great, though.
Yes, and they're in here joking about Pinky and the brain all over the place.
Pinky and the brain. So, we got the brain up here, and there's Pinky.
And they're even talking about poor baby Enzo. I took his squeaky toy away.
Oh, here, give it back to him. Give me that chicken.
He's fine. He gets it taken
baby
away.
Enzo.
He'll get it back, and
there you go. Here's your squeaky.
Here's Pedroza Travels.
That is a good tip at Cruising for One. My Baltic Norwegian cruise, I got a great deal by upgrade bid.
Yes,
that's another way you can save some money. You want this cabin.
Yeah,
start at a lower cabin and bid up.
Exactly, and prayers are going out for the family that we mentioned. You don't have to know who people are to keep them in your thoughts and prayers.
No, you sure don't.
And here's
the Mexican Navy is small, but they are really good.
Yes, they really are.
Yeah.
And what's this Sharon Rowland saying?
Robin, did you and Chet hear about the 80-year-old woman gotten eaten by a great white shark last week?
No, I
did not hear about that.
Not. Well, it's
Yeah,
8:30. Robin's got to go to work.
Yes.
We will see all of you back here tomorrow at 10 a.m.
That's right. Don't start without us.
Don't start without us. And right on over to CME Traveling for their morning show. And until tomorrow, we'll see you around the channel.
See you around the channel.
Oh, and one thing to add. The links to Cruising for One and all of our other people, all of our other members are in the description of this video. So if you didn't catch the link, click on his link for his blog and then just look for the one that says 10 ways to save on a cruise, I believe is the name of it. So until tomorrow, you guys, we'll see you around the channel.
See you around the channel.